I use public transport. I mentioned that yesterday. I take a bus from the eastern suburbs through to the city, to the university. And some days, like today, and actually many days during semester time, the bus is full, like full. And I'm quite early on the route, but I still have to stand, like I did this morning, to stand all the way into town. So that's like 45, 50 minutes. We had a trainee driver on this morning. He did a great job, absolutely great job, but he was cautious and he was being coached, and so it took like an hour. I didn't have a great start to the morning this morning because I lost my bus pass, and so that put me later, which went on a later bus, which meant there were more students, which is why I was standing, I would imagine. And a person got on and stood not far from me, a young man who had doused himself, I think, in about half a gallon of aftershave. I really didn't think young people did that anymore, but excuse me for burping, but this young man did. And it made me think of the other smells. I mean, it's not the worst smell I've ever smelled on a bus, that's for sure. And if you think about the smells that you're going to smell on a bus, that would probably be up there. Perfume or aftershave. There's sometimes food smells. You're not supposed to eat or drink on the bus, but sometimes people do, and so sometimes you get food smells. One striking smell is when someone smokes a cigarette before getting on a bus. And while I'm partial to the smell of a cigarette outside wafting in the wind, that cloying smell of cigarette smoke in clothes, that dirty smell, that's all I can describe it as, that pungent, dirty smell that comes from clothing and hair, that's the smell you smell on a bus when someone's just had a cigarette before they've got on board. And it doesn't just stay down in the front seat where they're sitting, and it doesn't stay down on the side seat where they're sitting. It wafts all the way up the bus to me, and it makes me feel gross, and it smells revolting. But the number one worst smell on a bus I was presented with on the way home the other night. And I should have been expecting this. It doesn't happen all the time, but I should have been expecting it would happen one time, and it has happened, and of course it's happened since then as well. It happened this morning, but not as bad as that first time. You always remember your first, they say. Flatulence. Someone on the bus passed wind. Very natural thing to do, very normal thing to do. They may not have even known they did it, but the rest of us did, because oh my goodness, that smell is a very singular smell, and that's the number one worst smell on a bus. How's that for a vlog for a Monday? Stinky buses and moaning Michelles. That's how it works. Have a super Monday evening, and I shall see you tomorrow. Smell you later.